Happy Wednesday. The Mariners couldn't hold on to a 3-0 lead and fell to the Dodgers in L.A. last night 6-3. Seattle got out to an early lead thanks to a 2-run single by Jorge Polanco in the first and another RBI double by Polanco in the third, but that was it for the offense on the night. All but one of the Dodgers' runs came off the long ball.
Line through the right side for a base hit. Cal Raleigh scores. Here comes Luke Raley. He thunders across the plate. Jorge Polanco cashes in with 2 outs in the first inning, and the Mariners are on the board. It's 2-0. A chance to drive in another run or two here. And he almost picks off Cal Raleigh. This skirts on the grass into the gap in left center field. Cal's around third to score, and Jorge Polanco has made it a 3-0 Mariners lead.
A drive to right center field. Robles on the run. He's at the track. He leaps. It is still up against the wall. They're saying home run. The ball is on the warning track. I think everybody's confused. Lux is into third with what I believe will be a triple, although he slowed up because the umpire signaled home run.
That's really interesting because you're right. He's talking to Iasonia right now at third base. And then I think Dan and Iasonia might be going, listen, do you go home because we were calling a home run?
Did it get over? And yes, it did. Once he turns on it, sends it in the air. 2 games, 2 big swings, 2 home runs. Munoz to Mookie. Pulled down the line. It is a fair ball and a tie game. Mookie Betts headed to second with a game-tying double in the 7th. He's faced Munoz once and took him deep. Drills the ball down the line towards the corner. It's gone! Pitch hit home run. Jason Hayward. Dodgers take the lead in the 8th. In the dirt, ball 2. Here comes Rivas. Better be sure. Throw to the plate, and he's out. What a terrible move by Rivas. Caught at second. Dodgers win.
Manager Scott Servais, who finds himself on the hot seat these days, says he could find no fault in Seattle's effort last night.
We did some really good things against their starter to get him out of the ball game early. We certainly had chances to get more than just the 3 ones we get. But Polo got a couple big hits for us there. Bryce Miller has been so good, and credit to the Dodgers. They really grinded him out. I mean, it's 90-some pitches in 4 innings. It was nothing easy. There was no easy outs at all that he was able to get on a roll with there. I give him credit for hanging in there. A couple of the crazy plays that happened there early in the game. But it came down to be a bullpen game tonight after both starters exited, and theirs was better than ours. I think with going into the game, Mooney hasn't pitched at all on this trip, so that was the plan going into the game. If there was a high leverage spot to shoot him earlier in the game, we did, and he just wasn't as sharp as he normally has been, and that's what happens when you don't pitch a lot. So we need to make sure he gets regular work in when we can. Again, you got to give them credit. Mooney's their best guy out of our pen. Got him in a high leverage spot, and they were able to put some damage against him. So
Seattle and L.A. wrap up the 3-game series tonight at 7:10. You can watch it on Root Sports Northwest. Well, the Mariners missed an opportunity to move close to Houston in the standings after the Astros fell to Boston 6-5. Texas also lost, falling to the Pirates by a final of 4-0. Tampa Bay blanked the A's 1-0. The Angels, only team in the American League West to win last night, down in Kansas City 9-5. Baltimore jumped ahead of the Yankees in the AL East to lead. New York's 9-5 loss to Cleveland, but the Yankees at the top of the wild card race. The Royals and Twins both lost, keeping them 3 games back. Boston is 3.5 out after beating the Astros. Seattle remains 6.5 games out of the wild card chase. Well, the Seahawks defense continues to work towards an entirely new look under a new administration. Quite a battle is being waged on the back end of the defense between several defensive backs who all have talent to start. Tre Brown says he can't wait to see this defense work when live bullets begin flying in Seattle in September.
I think we still got ways to go, which is a good thing, but we're chomping at the bit. Communications is a big thing, especially with a lot of things that's being thrown at us, and what we got to go out there and handle and see these things, because we have a lot of different checks versus what the offense come out there and show us. So communication is very big in this defense. There's a lot of calls where we're all playing things that we've never played in our, careers. So, I mean, and we're still learning those things, but it gives the defense a lot of versatility, because you got guys who can actually do that, with the skill sets that we all have. We just got to go out there and execute and put those things out. And it's just, I think it's going to be very fun because it's going to be confusing offenses and they're not really sure where we're going to be in, and we can all make those type of plays depending on where we're at in the field.
Seattle wraps up the preseason against Cleveland Saturday. That'll be at 7 o'clock on King 5 TV. The Wenatchee AppleSox wrapped up an incredible summer of baseball last Friday. Wenatchee finished 1 out away from the league championship, and broadcaster Joel Norman is still trying to wrap his head around the summer of 2024.
Now that we've had time to reflect on it, I was texting our head coach, Mitch Darlington, this morning, and we kept saying that as crushing as of a finish it was, there were so many memories made over the course of the year that stand out more than the finish. There were so many moments, so many just memories that we'll have from this season that we'll always remember. And that's what I'm going to remember from this summer the most. I would have loved to have seen everyone dogpiling at the pitcher's mound with that final out in the 9th inning. I would love to be talking about adding a banner here to the ballpark next year, but there were so many other moments that made this summer one of the best in AppleSox history, at least since we last won a title. Arguably the best since 2012. So we have a lot to be proud of, and a big reason why is, the support of our fans, our sponsors, everyone who was a big part of this season, who stuck with this team in some tough years. I tell a lot of people that the 2021 season, in a lot of ways, could have sunk this franchise. The way things went, there was such a lack of pride with this organization, players, coaches, and whatnot, and things changed. And a big reason why was because of Mitch Darlington. He came in, but also because, this Jose Oglesby, our owner and our management, they realized we've got to make some changes after that 21 season. And I think this team just continues to find ways to get better, both on the field and off the field.
Norman joined Dan Kuntz on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley for a season recap. Just a couple of days after Wenatchee's final game, improvements were being made to Paul Thomas Senior Stadium.
Basically, I believe some grant money was ascertained and a few other odds and ends. And they are going to my understanding, Joel, field turf, put an artificial turf or field turf on the entire foul territory. And basically between third base to first base will still remain dirt. But they're going to make some significant improvements to this ball club here in the late summer, early fall.
Absolutely. And the big things I've been told about was, the third base line and the first base line, as well as all of home plate, that's turf now. And that's going to save our field workers, our coaches, a lot of work getting the field ready, and it's going to save a lot of wear and tear on this field. Paul Thomas Senior Stadium gets a really bad rap, and I really don't know why, because I think this is a great park. I know it has its quirks with the rocky infield at times. That's going to get leveled out here, and we're going to take care of a lot of that stuff, because I think this is one of those spots. It's probably the best view in the West Coast League. When you're sitting down, I don't know if you have a closer seat to home plate.
Yeah, you're right
than
there.
You do here.
There's very little foul territory behind home plate.
Yeah, I think it is an incredible place to come watch a ball game, and I think this is another example of Jose Oglesby's commitment to really continuing to buy into this product here. He added the scoreboard. He's added other additions. He wants to help improve this field as well. He cares about baseball in Wenatchee, and he really wants to keep making it better, making it a product that we're not just saying, hey, we've got a cool park, it'll take care of itself. Now, this is a progressive step forward.
Wenatchee finished with 41 wins overall, winning the first and second half North titles, as well as the North Division Championship. It was quite a season. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Wednesday.